Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD4H5.tv, bringing you a crypto review, and I'm hoping you will love this one. Proper degen stuff, but I'm hoping you will love it. But before I proceed, guys, please note that what I'm going to share with you in this video is not financial advice. It's intended for entertainment as well as educational purposes. And if you are from the UK, it's also worth noting that this video and its contents are not intended for UK audiences. Why? Because the UK authorities do deem crypto assets to be an extremely risky asset class. Therefore, they're trying to protect you in case you end up losing all your funds. Why? Because in crypto, you can only invest what you're prepared to lose. It is an extremely risky industry to participate in. That said, let's jump into this week's review, which is, I think it's Lynex. Some might say Lynex. I'll call it Lynex. LYNEX. What is Lynex? Lynex is a decentralized exchange and liquidity marketplace on the Linea blockchain. Linea, a very promising blockchain that is building on the Ethereum blockchain, and it is being built by Consensus, a well-renowned developer within the space. On Linux, users and decentralized autonomous organization or DAOs can engage in a variety of activities. Linux envisions transforming DeFi to be more inclusive and innovative, shaping a fairer global economy. Among the objectives of the Linux team is that of sustainability. It is also using a community-driven approach, whatever that means, and breaking down geographical boundaries, which is what the essence of crypto is, as well as the creation of a universally accessible financial ecosystem. Linux is a fork of another crypto project called Thena. I've never heard of that. And Thena itself is based on Velodrome codebase. I've come across Velodrome before. Built on the Linea blockchain, Linux enjoys the benefits of cutting-edge technology provided by Linea. Linux is crafted as the native liquidity layer for Linea, dedicated to creating value and solving the cold start liquidity problem for emerging protocols, while providing established crypto projects with a sustainable approach to liquidity incentive. Let's look at some of the key features that make Linux a valid proposition or an attractive proposition. So we've got dynamic liquidity flywheel. With this feature, Linux achieves a seamless fusion of technology and strategy, constantly elevating capital efficiency within the ecosystem. We also have yield generation, which is sourced from a diverse range of mechanisms within the protocol, including trading fees, bribes, and options liquidity mining. Bribes, it's not what you think. I will explain it later on in the video. You also have a DEX feature where users can perform swaps, provide liquidity, lock their tokens, and so forth. And finally, we've got Gauge voting system, which is a cornerstone of Linux, and this system fosters community-driven emission distribution, perfectly aligning incentives between protocols and all ecosystem stakeholders. And it won't be a review if we don't look at some of the value proposition from Linux as well. So Linux democratizes liquidity strategies, seamlessly connecting everyday traders with expert-level capability. It also champions returns optimization with minimized risks to impermanent loss. Linux minimizes slippage while maximizing fee generation for concentrated liquidity. And by acting as a central hub, Linux cultivates a competitive marketplace by aggregating automated liquidity managers or ALM. The integration of ZK-SNARKs and the Lynex platform via the Linea blockchain represents a pivotal development in DeFi, prioritizing privacy, security, and efficiency. This means that not only are transactions secured and private, but they are also more efficient and user-friendly. So that's on value proposition. Now, as part of our review, guys, you know we do apply our standard DY or our risk evaluation made up of 13 elements. We've got decentralization, security, scaling, interoperability, the edge of the project team, social media presence via Twitter and via Discord, the project's use cases, as well as the project's tokenomics. Let's start with decentralization then for Linux. Linux ecosystem thrives on synergy and balance, combining the efforts of users, protocols, and liquidity providers to propel its liquidity strategy. The collaborative approach creates positive feedback loops, enhancing Linux decentralization credentials. There's no middleman in between transactions, and anyone can connect with their Web3 wallet and interact with the Linux platform in a permissionless manner. As far as security goes, Linux leverages ZK-SNARKs, which allows one party to prove the possession of specific information to another party without revealing the actual information. This technology enhances privacy by enabling transaction validity without disclosing sensitive details. The transactions are concealed until execution, thereby preventing front-running and other risk factors. Let's move on to scaling. Linux's introduction of ZK-Linux leverages ZK-SNARKs technology, thereby enhancing user privacy and scalability for DeFi. Scalability is improved by minimizing blockchain's data storage. Large transactions get executed without adversely affecting market prices. Moving on to interoperability. Linux DEX functionality covers a range of cryptos, including the likes of USDC, USDT, Matic, Chainlink, OD, and many more. There is also a variety of wrapped versions of tokens from different chains that are available for swapping. Users can also have access to various various bridges, including the Linea bridge, where one can move tokens inside their MetaMask wallets. We also have the XRGB bridge. I've never come across that, as well as Orbiter and Rhino.fi or Rhino.fi. Moving on to social media presence, Lynex boasts just over 56,600 Twitter followers, Twitter now called X. Discord, just over 12,200 Discord members. Age of the project, Lynex is relatively new. The Lynex token only IDO'd in February of 2024, where the team raised 60,000 USDC. Now onto the project team, there are approximately 10 team members, albeit without being dogs, as they are hiding behind Avatar. Moving on to use cases, ticker symbol LYNX, LYNX. Users can perform token swaps in an easy manner that is also efficient, covering a variety of crypto assets. Users of the Lynex protocol can also contribute to liquidity pools to facilitate trading and earn rewards. By locking LYNX tokens and receiving a staked version in VE-LYNX, users gain influence within the platform. Participation in governance process can earn users additional rewards. Users of the platform can also leverage their voting power to earn additional incentives via a process called bribing. You remember? That's where the bribing takes place. So it's nothing illegal or nothing that you thought it was. Moving on to tokenomics. Ticker symbol LYNX, LYNX. Token supply 100 million with no hard cap. That is slightly concerning. So we really can't say how many it is got in terms of the actual circulating supply. Interesting. Token distribution, public sale 11%, ecosystem reward 4%, protocol airdrops 12%, community airdrop 10%, pre-mining campaign 8%, marketing 2%, advisors 3%, initial liquidity 3%, strategic contributors 2.5%, private sale 8.5%, seed contributors 3%, DAO treasury 15%, and the team 18%. So according to our own analysis of this breakdown, insider token allocation comes to at least 55%, which means it could be higher than that. Anyway, that is a quick review of what Lynex is, a protocol on the Linea blockchain, an upcoming blockchain that everyone is talking about. Now, as part of our review, guys, you know we do score these elements we just reviewed, the 13 elements that we just reviewed, and those 13 elements are decentralization, security, scaling, interoperability, the project team, social media presence via X, formerly Twitter, as well as via Discord, age of the project use cases, tokens issued at project launch, tokens in circulation at the time of recording, maximum tokens available, as well as insider token allocation. So what will happen with the scoring part is we've got a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the minimum or the worst, 10 being the maximum or the best. We then score each of the 13 elements before we aggregate the total. The possible total is 130%. So we will measure actual total versus possible total to give us our score. So let's jump into the scoring then. We start with decentralization, it's 5 points out of 10. On security, 7.5 points out of 10. On scaling, 10 points out of 10. Interoperability, 7.5 points out of 10. On project team, 2.5 points out of 10. Social media presence via X, formerly Twitter, 7.5 points out of 10. And on Discord, 5 points out of 10. Age of the project, 2.5 points out of 10. Use cases, 7.5 points out of 10. Tokens issued at project launch, 5 points out of 10. And tokens in circulation at the time of recording, 5 points out of 10. Maximum tokens available, 0 points out of 10. Why? Because there's no hard cap. And inside the token allocation on at least 55% is too high for our liking and for our tool. Therefore, we are going to give 0 points out of 10. So those are the scores we've allocated to Lynex. What do you guys think about Lynex protocol on Linea blockchain? Let me know in the comment section. The aggregate score for Lynex comes up to 65 points out of 130, which puts Lynex within the could go to zero category. As we know, most projects we've reviewed on this channel fall within the could go to zero category, which does not really suggest that they are bad projects. It's just that they do not score high enough to be classified as projects with potential or just need to jump in with our eyes closed. What do you guys think about Lynex? Let me know in the comment section. Also, let me know if I'm pronouncing Lynex wrong. Is it Lynex or Lynex? Let me know in the comment section. Until the next video, guys, I'm your host, FD for Z5.TV, signing out for now. Bye.